Whew. This is overwhelming to see everybody I care about right here, and poetry lovers and friends and family, and thank you all very much for coming tonight. I'm really touched. That's just wonderful. And I want to thank McNally Robinson, who have been very, very supportive, not only tonight but over the years. And I would not want to do a book launch anywhere except McNally Robinson, which I think is the cultural capital of Manitoba. So I've finally published a book, Prose, Stones, and Other Poems. And it's been a long time coming, and many people in this room have heard some of these poems. Many people in this room have helped with these poems, with positive critiques, my wife in particular, Patricia. And I thank everybody who has helped along the way, and also everybody who has been amused, whether they know it or not. But you kind of have to write poetry by yourself, in a room by yourself, but the muse comes from engagement with people, and you've all been very helpful in that, so thank you. So I think I will begin by reading some of the poems. Oh, the first thing I want to ask is, how many people here drink coffee? Okay, thank you. And how many people here drink tea? Well, that's pretty well equal numbers there. Well, I wonder what would happen if we blended the two. So we have coffee and tea. Coffee was a morning guy, tea was afternoon. Joe hailed from Columbia, Jasmine from Kowloon. They met at Coffee Kate's one day. She found his mug attractive. Her saucy cups he picoed. Joe found them quite distracted. They sat and talked of taste delights from Brazil and far Java, and sensual aromas from China and Sri Lanka. They talked the fragrant eve away in Kate's small cozy alcove, and soon, before the night was done, the couple fell in love. Tea cozied up to coffee, her aroma made him weak. Strong feelings he'd espresso, in Arabica he'd speak. They soon were steeped in marriage and steamy wedded bliss, and often she, longed for him. He'd satisfy her wish. Their love was French vanilla. She'd tease him in Lay's pantries. He'd offer his Robusta, and she would whisper, "Yes, please." They settled on the prairie in Winnipeg's cold city. They moved in mid-December. The move-in wasn't pretty. Joe didn't mind the winter. On his mug he'd put a cover to face the icy north wind, but 'twas harder for his lover. Tea couldn't stand the cold. It was a vital matter, and many chilly afternoons she'd just soak in hot water. Joe failed to see the loathsome view of tea for old man winter, and caused the mill of love to grind and harmony to splinter. Joe's manner caused hurt feelings. No longer was tea spiced. She moved from hot to tepid, from tepid then to iced. Jasmine became possessive. To coffee she did clatch. The more that she was clingy, the more did Joe detach. The steam of love condensed. No longer was it hot. Then Joe found indiscretions. Cripes, tea was in the pot. Coffee became quite bitter. He saw but one recourse. Tea's indiscreet diffusions were now grounds for divorce. No sweetness held between them, not even as part-time. The cream of love had curdled for Joe and for Jasmine. She went for every cent he had and gave him such a tannin. Joe boiled at Jasmine's stratagems and how things could have been. Hostilities were brewing for Joe and his ex-honey. He hoarded liquid assets. She soaked him for his money. Then Joe thought, 'twill be lonely soon when Jasmine leaves, and nights will be so black when from my life light sieves. Ruefully he simmered and saw he'd been a jerk, and knew that without Jasmine his life would have no perk. Yes, light of love struck coffee. He felt a great reprieve. How could I be contented if ever did he leave? So he sent an invitation to meet at Coffee Kate's and asked to have a second cup of love to recreate. Divorce was all but final. Joe must to tea cash pay, but to Coffee Kate she found herself preparing to sashay. She put away her bitterness far back upon the shelf, and seeing Coffee's change of heart, planned then to change herself. At Kate's they aired their regrets for tempers and words slip. Joe expressed his sorrow that he'd been such a drip. They sat in the small alcove where boy had met girlfriend, and in the glow of tea lights they found a way to blend. At Coffee Kate's you'll find them, Joe and Jasmine from Kowloon. You can hear the kettle whistling as the lovers steep and spoon. I think everybody will recognize the next one. It's called Bridge. And I like to try different styles and types of poetry and different idea and just play with it, because poetry's supposed to be fun. Heading north on Osborne, road grimy with sand and slush, sky old Yakima gray, and then we see on the black iron railway bridge, crossing the road, two sooty red engines pulling a line of graffiti-splashed boxcars and grimy tank cars rumbling and screeching, industry's laundry on the line, monotony of rail cars like a chain gang of prisoners groaning and muttering. And we see again on the dark steel of the bridge a sign made from strips of cheap craft tape, a message that has been there undisturbed for years. In capital letters it says simply L-O-V-E. And we know each time we pass, we see and we know that the world is saved again. So this is Crows, Stones, and Other Poems, and this is a crow poem. It's called What the Crows Saw. What the crows saw, calling, on the hillside, crawling, drew the flock, keen, cawing, with the cold night falling. On the highway whining, 18 wheels aligning, chrome and asphalt shining, in the sun's declining. Deep in forests greening, under spruce boughs screening, young gray cat sits, cleaning, paws and fur, slick, sleek, preening. Truckers' coffee steaming, sips, great pistons screaming, smoke from stacks slips streaming down the highway dreaming. Whistle of the waxwing startles cat relaxing. Belly full from mousing, thirst is soon arousing. What the crow saw, calling, on the hillside crawling, drew the flock, keen, cawing, and the cold night falling. Cat on pond's shore mewling, cold ice crystals jeweling, pond's hard surface cooling, autumn's harsh cold ruling. Far from cat's safe dwelling, pressing on, thirst welling, cinder paws propelling, to the river gelling. Warm in cabs embracing, driver shift gears lacing, highways ribbon pacing, road to Kappa's casing. Past fir logs, cold, rotting, fibers sodden, clotting, cat is trotting, trotting, sun's orange wash now blotting. Swift as she is able under tall pine gables, by great boulders stable, strewn on granite tables. What the crow saw, calling, on the hillside crawling, drew the flock, keen, cawing, and the cold night falling. At the hill's steep snaking, driver slows, jake breaking, red sun paints sky, making highway's view breathtaking. Raucous roadway teeming, with bright headlights beaming, cinder cat, eyes gleaming, shoots across, tail streaming. Black hard truck tire flailing, catches little plaything, flips the gray cat wailing, sends the feline sailing. Ancient rocks, moss draping, hidden cleft dark, gaping, hides a cat, claws scraping, pool of blood now shaping. Patch of sky, birds crowing, tufts of grass, breeze blowing. Cat peers out all-knowing of life's force now going. What the crow saw, calling, on the hillside crawling, drew the flock, keen, cawing, and the cold night falling. So, do we ever know where we are in life? That's what this is about, I think. It's called Early Morning. Early morning, I watch the cat pause on the threshold, nose and ears twitching, reading the world. Come on, is it out or is it in? I prod. She takes 2 steps. I nudge the feline with my toe, and she is out, barely. Crouched on the stoop, not quite ready to face the unknown. Listening to birds and chattering squirrels, I stand at the glass watching her. Not quite ready to embrace the day, and wondering where I am. Will this be the morning when I figure things out? Could I be at the blink of some great idea? Will this be a day when I really screw it up somehow? Or will this be remembered as a halcyon day? The highlights of life, when I lived and breathed those days, playing it all by ear, did I fully appreciate at the time how precious those moments were. That wilderness trek with the boys, rapping with friends till 3 a.m., cycling in Couche-Bourgeois, kayaking with Pat and the girls off to Fino, holding hands in the theater. And even now, with hindsight and maybe just a tad more wisdom under my cap, how can I know where I am in life? The cat is scratching to come in already. As I poke an arm into a jacket, we pass on the threshold. I used to have more lung power when I wrote this, so I've had to slow it down a little bit. So, this is about dilemmas. We've all been at that situation where you don't know, what are we going to do? What to do here? And this is a sound poem where the sound adds or points to the direction of the stanza. But it's also about the aftermath of the 2008 financial disaster that affected many people. And people were wondering at that time in 2009 and 10, as business got very badly, what to do. So this is called What to Do. What to do, what to do, what to do, what to do. Wish I knew, wish I knew, wish I knew, wish I knew. On the brink, on the brink, on the brink, on the brink. Gotta think, gotta think, gotta think, gotta think. Fumbling bills and bubbling troubles. Coffee bubbles, double, double. Baby dribbles, bib and babbles. Kittens nibble, kibble tidbits. Break of day is going badly. Bit of brekkie, gobbling grub. Nibbled bun that had gone moldy, feeling older in the bod. What to do, what to do, what to do, what to do. Wish I knew, wish I knew, wish I knew, wish I knew. On the brink, on the brink, on the brink, on the brink. Gotta think, gotta think, gotta think, gotta think. Whoosh, I flash past cars to office, push the staff to rush for cash, dash of emails, mash of faxes, wish the market doesn't crash. Pushing hard and pushing 50. Should have learned what I was shown. Wish that I was sharp and thrifty. Husha, husha, all fall down. What to do, what to do, what to do, what to do. Wish I knew, wish I knew, wish I knew, wish I knew. On the brink, on the brink, on the brink, on the brink. Gotta think, gotta think, gotta think, gotta think. Car is swooning, lost its zoom zoom. Client looming, bone to chew. Firm in ruins, doom and glooming. Losing moolah, boo hoo hoo. Toodle home and let the pooch in. Baby's diaper full of poo. Looking for a proper wiper. Dropped a pooper on my shoe. What to do, what to do, what to do, what to do. Wish I knew, wish I knew, wish I knew, wish I knew. Got it on the brink, on the brink, on the brink, on the brink. Gotta think, gotta think, gotta think, gotta think. Gotta stop or I will topple. Popped a cork, I'm in a pickle. Ripped a zipper, dropped a nickel. Propped a dollar, cupped a copper. Popped a pimple, so improper. Dropped a pepper, bit by whippet. Slipped on pop and knocked a dipper. Slopped the mopple sopper up. What to do, what to do, what to do, what to do. Wish I knew, wish I knew, wish I knew, wish I knew. On the brink, on the brink, on the brink, on the brink. Gotta think, gotta think, gotta think, gotta think. Geez, the business isn't buzzing, doesn't forecast fizzy news. Hope next season will be breezing as the red ink stops its ooze. Wish that I could solve this puzzle, wish to foresee rosy hues. Crystal balls and moonlight gazing just don't render sizzling views. What to do, what to do, what to do, what to do. Wish I knew, 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 wish I knew. I worked outdoors for 37 years, and most of those as a letter carrier. And crazy as it sounds, January is still my favorite month of the year with all the bright light and clear air. And so a number of poems are about winter, and this one is called Winter Light. A clear, cold day, and my shadow and I are the only objects moving across the snow, marching, crunch, 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 toe to toe, swinging our arms blue and purple and black against whitest white. He is the taller and bolder one and takes great strides over chef d'oeuvre wind sculptures, all OGs and crescents, fine feathering lateen sails and lace. On this bright tundra day, I am winter's moth, drunk with light, giddy with sun rays, dizzy with the dazzle. I turn to face the source, eyes closed, smiling, and feel the simple generosity of January's extravagance. I am content. Thank you very much. So this